So here we go, Maiar versus Subjugator. Of course, I hope that Armelon stayed around. Oh, we've got Korean war.
Alright, so we got the Koreans.
Yep, definitely not the most sexy civilization, I would say.
It's got the blue background. So blue, Maiar, had a slow start trying to find his sheep. I think they were all stuck in a forest with the lake in the middle. Finally found them.
Mm-hmm.
We might see a slow start from Maiar. Then red, Subjugator, is a bit vulnerable. Everything is kind of forward of the town center except for the berries.
In fact, yep.
Which might be worse for farming, having them right on the edge of the map. Blue has a forest in the back with a lake, so slightly better there, but the gold is not great.
Well, from what I know about those two areas, I think that Maiar is gonna be pretty aggressive. So it shouldn't be a problem to stay on
Maiar
the...
might not need its gold for a while anyway.
Yep. Now I think that Korean is definitely not the best civilization for Subjugator against Maiar, because with a civilization making it go for scouts, it would have been better, because Maiar goes for skirmishers. So scout is definitely a good option against Maiar, but I'm not sure that as Korean, Subjugator would go for scout.
Right. And with scouts, you have to get them out early enough before the skirmishers get massed up.
Yep.
So that's kind of hard. Or you have to have really good scout micro, which it's probably harder to do than having good skirmisher micro for AIs.
In fact, skirmishers is the easy way. So in the previous games, Maiar did win 3-0 versus Higher Submachine and 3-0 versus Zikanate. But I remember that Maiar did have some troubles in 1v1 versus Higher Submachine. It was a pretty close game, and Zikanate managed to play pretty well against Maiar in the 3 games. And in the other hand, Subjugator won 3-0 versus Zikanate and lost 1-2 versus Higher Submachine. That's why Subjugator is actually in a bad shape, I would say, despite the fact that it does have 4 points and Higher Submachine 2 points. Because Higher Submachine does have to play against Zikanate, and we can expect a 3-0 for Higher Submachine, in my opinion. So Subjugator definitely needs to win one game against Maiar. This is a challenge.
Right. And I actually don't know which AI I prefer in team games. I'm kind of curious to watch them play here. It's always fun in these matches. Sometimes you have one AI that does 1v1 better, and then you have one AI that does team games better.
Yeah, this is true.
I do see that Subjugator has a tower right next to the lumbering camp.
Yep, I think that
Pretty
it can
decent
be...
spot.
Yeah, it can be a good spot, in fact, against Maiar, which tends to retreat its units against the tower.
I've noticed that too. Yeah, ideally you get the units to, as they retreat, kind of go around the tower as well. So they don't always just go back and forth all the time.
Yeah, it tends to go back all the time, Maiar. So let's see. Okay, but it is actually focusing gold.
It's finding the gold instead.
Yeah.
And looks like Red was about to try to fight back against all the skirmishers for a while. Alright, and we'll see the skirmishers battling it out. Red has the armor, while Blue doesn't. So that could be big here. But Blue also has numbers and the hill.
Yeah, I think that the number is more important than
the armor.
yeah, definitely.
And red is trying to get some archers out. I'm not sure exactly why.
Well, it was the main unit first, but of course it doesn't work.
Not against Maiar.
So the harassment is already starting, and I'm scared that it will length during the whole game right now.
Got some stone miners for red. We got another mining camp with a tower going up by it.
Yeah.
So red is relocating the gold, and it's actually at the same villager count basically.
Yeah, that's a
surprises
good
me.
point. I think
Blue
it's,
obviously has the military advantage.
yeah, but I think that going skirmishes, of course, require a lot of food. So going archers at the start helps sometimes for the economy. But I definitely
But
like
I
the
think-
relocalization of the gold. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I'd like the mining camp to be closer, but that's definitely better than not relocating it at all. Blue is on the way to the Castle Age, while Subjugator is not close at all.
Yeah, we can
Once we
expect
see-
knights coming soon.
We got a new tower going up by the mining camp, trying to put the tower by it anyway. Probably won't go up at all.
Okay, we've got a market which might help. Oh, a market was deleted. And a new tower built by Subjugator, the fourth one.
Yep, using that Korean bonus.
In fact, but it needs to go Castle Edge at this point.
And it is going to Castle Age, so that's good.
Well, it needs one mangonel.
Yeah, let's see how Subjugator responds in Castle Age.
Well, it does have the wood to build a siege workshop. Let's see if it's gonna be
Yep.
the priority.
And yep, Seed Workshop going down away from the armies, so that's good. Of course, we got Korean guard towers.
Yep. Well, one monastery too, it can be interesting against the knight. Why not?
Might be few 2 knights to make it worth it.
Well, it's a good defense for Subjugator, but I'm scared that it's already lost too many villagers.
Right.
We've got the
Half the villager
mangonel.
counts. Alright, let's watch the mangonel. Looks like it wants to pick a fight elsewhere. Got some repairing going on. But the mangonel is gone.
Yep. And we've got one ram.
That's gonna help.
Maybe a misclick for Subjugator, I don't know. Well, at this point the towers don't help that much.
No.
Well,
Got a new mining camp going up, but just so few villagers right now.
well, in fact, 40 versus 115. It is game over.
Yep. Rams coming in for blue.
GG.
Officially game over.
Yep. And very good resign rules for Subjugator, as usual.
Maiar still undefeated.
Okay, so let's go for the 4v4.
Let's see what civilizations we get now. Franks, Saracens, Teutons, Koreans. Got Koreans again.
Koreans again, and Teutons again, I would say, because we had Teuton a lot of times in the previous games, of course with John Mendel, but
Looks like the Maiar players are chatting with each other.
okay, Armelon is around, that's a good point. I didn't
And I bet he's enjoying this.
update the score. So Maiar
Alright,
had
so I was just thinking if we Maiar's the aggressive again this time, it makes sense to look at the Subjugator flank players. We got Koreans as orange, once again as flank, and really a wide open map. I bet the mill will be the first target. Maybe the gold up over there on the left.
Yeah, which
Forests
should
are
be
far
closer
away.
than the other one, in fact. And as Saracens, which is the other flank, maybe it can go for scouts.
Yeah, that'll be good. It's also got gold over to the left.
And maybe a
And once
drush,
again,
a
yeah.
drush could work against Maiar. A good drush with good micro. Subjugator can
And
do
Subjugator
it.
can do that.
Yep. As Korean, it would make sense, I would say.
Meanwhile, Teal has a lot more forests and well-protected gold. A nice little cozy town. But Gray is pretty bad.
In fact.
Fine, but not much else.
So the pockets Maiar side are Frankish. And
Saracens.
Saracen, yep. Frankish
Oh,
can be
and-
pretty strong, of course. Well, in team games, Maiar is really aggressive too. The pockets are really active and helps as soon as possible the flank.
Gray lost the scout to orange. And yellow is going scouts.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Let's see what's going on.
And chasing the teal scout right now.
Yep.
The scout is dead.
Well, it gave the information to its opponent that it goes for scouts, so we can expect spearmen pretty soon from Teal. Yep, we've got already one under the TC, and let's see what's going on. It looks like
Yellow
villagers
is
are
about to.
responding.
Curious what yellow's doing. It was about to attack the teal lumber camp, but decided to go or something else, it looks like.
Okay, maybe focusing the next one. Okay, let's see. Well, those are many scouts. So many scouts.
Yeah, so the scouts are going back to defend the town, it looks like.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I got a tower from orange and some archers and skirmishers. be sending Gray away.
Well, it's kind of working, I would say, despite the fact that it's mainly archers versus skirmishers. But Orange managed to win the battle. I don't know
Yep,
how, but it did.
I think it was due to numbers.
Okay, probably, yeah.
3 or 4 more archers than the enemy.
Oh, and we've got the archers which were attacking the villagers, the lumberjacks. That's a good attack from Orange. Impressive. It's working pretty well. And okay, other side, blue is, as expected, helping Teal.
Yellow's struggling a little bit. Occasionally we see some purple units in its town, but it's not helping a whole lot for yellow right now.
Yep.
But oranges seems like they were getting hit by, the gray was getting hit by orange and by red.
In
Looks
fact,
like they're coming back to attack again.
well, it was a Korean war, like the one we won, but the game is turning way differently this time.
Yep.
Well, in fact, Grey is just in very bad shape with those villagers all idle.
Just walking back and forth to the TC.
Yeah.
I think this time it kind of came down to the tower placement where orange, I think it kind of scared Gray's units away.
Oh,
Yellow had a tower, but not in a good spot.
interesting. Look at this. Orange is targeting the next opponent and same for red, but they don't pick the same opponent. Orange is focusing on green and red is focusing on blue.
So it looks like Subjugator is a side that Gray is out of the game.
In fact,
Orange is one crossbowman, just shooting at all the villagers. Not anymore.
well, what I like is Orange keep using few crossbows to attack the villagers, the grey villagers. Okay, no more now.
Yeah, I like that too. So let's see. Orange is pikeman now.
Yep.
And looking at Blue's town, Blue has some camels, which is a good choice against the Red Knights, but it's outnumbered.
In fact, well, I'm really surprised by the way Subjugator is actually maintaining the pressure on blue.
We got a Teutonic camel in Blue's town. Yeah, it's converted back, it looks like.
Okay, green is eventually in the shape to counterattack.
Let's see. Looks like it's attacking orange.
Yep.
Orange has got the town center, which would be targeted first. Tower won't do much against the cavalry. And let's see. I don't see a lot of pikemen from orange right now.
Well, I think that this is a critical
Gray's
moment.
on the way to Castle Age.
And
But then Teal is also suffering.
yeah, in fact, Gray is researching Castle Age at this point. But well, in fact, Teal is actually losing so many villagers. Back to 50 population.
Wow.
And okay, green is back. It's back home because it's researching Imperial Age. So it stopped attacking orange.
Yep, green has a very large boom, 150 villagers, well, actually 140, 10 are trade cards.
Yeah. In early Imperial Age, it can be devastating, I would say. Let's see. It would be needed for Maiar anyway. Okay, and purple is actually helping orange and red on purple, on blue anyway. Blue is actually 1 versus 3. And look at this, orange is actually going monk rush.
Oh wow. Who's heard of the Korean monk rush?
Yep, famous strategy as Korean.
It's an interesting choice. Alright, so we got some green cavaliers coming to protect blue.
And look at this, green is doing the general, it's attacking in a very bad timing while it is getting paladins. Okay, not too bad. It still does have a lot of knights, so it's okay.
I hope General doesn't become famous for that. I better change it. Alright, so we got green paladins seem to be charging their way forward.
Well, interesting to see that green can't harass the enemy's economy because it keeps being attacked home. And orange is fighting Imperial Age.
Heard it quite a lot. Interesting, we got a single red paladin killing off the gray villagers.
Well, it does have a few paladins at this point. But in fact, I agree with you. Yes, there is one red paladin hurting, being so boring for gray.
Alright, so we got a green attack coming here with a forward castle. This will be an important push if it, I think for Maiar to come back, this push will need to succeed.
Well, green is all alone at this point. It's 1 versus 3. And blue is almost out of the game. It is almost, yes, it is out of the game. 0 population. And purple is targeting green.
Which means green might have to retreat back.
Yep.
It has to anyway, I think.
Well, it's almost lost its whole army anyway. Nothing to retreat at this point.
Right.
Well, if I'm right, Subjugator lost its 4 versus 4 against ISUp machine, if I'm right. I'm not sure, but I think. And that makes this score be against Maiar just crazy.
Yeah, so we got a win against Maiar.
Yep.
Maiar's clinched the first place of the bracket already. But I think Cheese will be happy to get that win.
Yeah. And anyway, it's pretty important because this point forces Higher Submachine to win 3-0 versus the Knight. And one more win and Subjugator is guaranteed to keep going in this competition.
Yep, so this match will matter a lot.
Yep. Okay, so let's go for the last one. 2v2. Saracen plus Byzantine.
Yep, Saracens, Byzantines.
So, Saracen, we can see a scout rush from Subjugator. Byzantine, hard to say, maybe a rush. Maybe range units? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say Byzantines favors Maiar more, obviously. Just kind of curious to say who's going to be more aggressive in this game. But looking at Subjugator, we've got Red doesn't have a great gold spot.
Yep.
All of its gold is in vulnerable spots. It's got some hills around the TC also, so not great. Maybe Red will try to go on the aggressive with some scouts.
Yeah, it's
And
what
Yellow's
we can...
kind of in the same boat.
Well, concerning Yellow, it's not better anyway. The main gold is in the front, so is the first lumber camp.
We could see a second lumber camp in a more safe spot. We'll see. Far away from forest for the most part. Not too bad, but otherwise looks pretty good.
Yep.
Green's a bit more vulnerable though. And there's a perfect cliff for a forward castle if an AI can build on it.
Blue looks to be a bit slow. Yep.
Alright, so all four players are on the way to the feudal age. Blue was the last one, but has the most villagers.
Okay, so as Byzantine, it's actually building one archer range, so we might see maybe skirmishers because it didn't start mining gold.
Yep, that makes sense.
And yeah, that way it already does have military advantage against blue. And okay, as Saracen, we don't see any scout rush this town.
Nope. Looks like this is going to be all ranged units this game.
Yep.
And right now it's neck and neck military numbers. So it might come down to whoever has the better grouping together of their units.
Yep.
Alright, green's attacking. Tower's in a good spot. Red's attacking as well.
Yeah.
See
Just
if they can
because.
bring back their units in time.
Yeah, green is retreating against the tower, so it gives the opportunity for red to attack. The enemy's town.
Meanwhile, blue is a much better spot.
Yeah, but look at those. Look at the green lumber camp. Under edge pressure. And the new lumber camp built by Maiar is definitely not at a good spot.
No,
Can't
you'd
be
love
more
to be on
exposed.
the other side. Yeah. But it looks like red hasn't found it yet.
Yellow managed to defend pretty well against blue eventually.
Hmm.
I don't
I
see
saw
any tower
yellow-
for yellow. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Seems like Subjugator likes to defend with some towers. I did notice that yellow was having some villagers attacking against the skirmishers. That might have helped,
Ah, yeah. Of course it
forcing the
helps.
skirmishers to move around. Meanwhile, we've got a battle going on between red and green. Red has the better numbers.
Yep. And blue is taking the advantage now on yellow.
Yep, especially that cliff there.
And yellow is losing one by one its units.
Yep, yellow needs to move its units back to its new tower by the gold.
Yeah, we've got one tower.
Yeah. Maybe yellow needs to get to the... Actually, at this point, I don't know if Castle Age would be a good option right now. So yellow's units are attacking where the tower can't really help out. But red seems to be maintaining the advantage for the most part.
Yeah, and both of the Subjugator are researching Castle Age.
Aha. That should help out. Yellow not losing too many villagers yet, but lots of idle time.
Yep, in fact. It's actually not training any military while it's researching Castle Age.
Must be saving up for the new technologies upgrades.
Maybe. Okay, so we've got one market.
Alright, so everything's calmed down for a moment. All the players are in Castle Age except for green.
Yep, in fact, and we've got Siege Workshop for yellow.
But military advantage is clearly for Maiar at this point.
So, red does have crossbows. Can it take the advantage on this? Green is actually researching pretty important upgrades.
Alright, looking back at yellow, yellow's got a mangonel, but that's it at the moment.
Yep, it's already too many archery units for blue.
Yep, so it looks like red has the villager numbers, but right now I think both of the Maiar players have the lead. Actually, it's rather close between green and red, but blue obviously has the advantage here.
Yeah, definitely.
And if it isn't able to recover and deal a blow against green, it could become a 2v1.
Well, it looks like what made the difference is Subjugator wanted to research Castle Age faster than its opponent, and that way it stopped training units, which can be really dangerous against Maiar, I would say.
Yep, it's a hard tactical choice.
Yeah.
When to go to the next stage, when to keep on training military.
Yeah. So, in fact, yellow is out of the game actually. It's 1 versus 2. And step by step, green took the advantage on red.
Yep, red has very few military units left, and blue is on the way. And blue is on the way to the Imperial Age.
And it's GG.
It's
okay.
GG.
Well, the good point is the last set is gonna be important because Iron Submachine keeps having a chance to get the second position. It will need to win 3-0 if I'm right. So there is a real challenge.
It's certainly possible, but it's going 3-0 is not simple. Khanate isn't a pushover.
Yep. So let's update the bracket